Hi, I'm Rachel Hurst and I'm here today to talk about psychic ability. I have so many people messaging me about experiences they're having, whether it's psychic or whether it's intuitive or whether they're a medium themselves. So in fact what I want to do is just explain some things that you might experience so that you would understand whether or not something is going on for you. Most people are intuitive, and that might be that you're in a group of people and you know when somebody's unhappy, you feel it in their energy. You may go into a room, for example, and you feel there's been an argument and you can sense that, and it's just a feeling, it's a sensation. And also it can be that you just make the right choices and you find yourself knowing if somebody is right for you or not right for you, or whether it's a job situation that's right for you or not. And that can be that you're using your instinct, so you'll be using your gut feeling, or you might be using your heart and that energy there to make those intuitive decisions. That's being intuitive. But of course, being intuitive is a little bit more than that. It's more about using your soul, because if you think about it, your solar plexus is here. If you're feeling the energy here, then that's your true self, your soul, that's saying to you yes or no. So intuitiveness is just our connection to our true self. So when you're making decisions from the heart or from the gut, they're usually right. And I always say, when you have an instinct about something, quite often we're proven to be right, so to go with that. So most people have that. Psychic ability is something very different. So this is when you can read a person, you can read their energy, you can read their aura, and you can see things, you can premonish, you can see what's going around them. Sometimes you may go to sleep at night and foresee, for example. You may have deja vu feelings as well, which is when you've experienced something before. It's very complex, the psychics, and very individual for each person to what you will experience. So let me just give you a little bit of a flavour of what that might be then. So it might be that when you are around somebody, you will say something and you just say it and you have no thought behind it, but people will say to you, gosh, you give me so much wisdom, where does this come from? And you're thinking, I don't know, actually, I'm just saying these things to you and it feels like it's coming from somewhere, but I just feel it, and you're usually right about it. That would be somebody who's quite psychic, and you just know what's going to happen. You feel it completely. That is also psychic. A lot of people are psychic, may use cards and tools. You get the old ladies that use the tea leaves and things like that, or tarot cards. But really, it's just a tool. It doesn't make any difference to the psychic ability. They're just using that for something to focus on, to read that person's energy. So you don't always need those things there. But if you get things correct all the time, and you're finding that you're always right, and your friends are telling you, gosh, you always seem to be right about things, then that is psychic. There's no doubting that. And what I would say to you is work on that and use it to your advantage. Not everyone's going to go out and be a medium or a psychic like myself. They might just use it in their everyday life to help them, and you can use it to make better decisions. It's better than intuitiveness because it gives you that little bit of a heightened perspective. Mediumship is a completely different thing. So mediumship is now connecting to a higher source, a higher energy, and this is usually when you can see a spirit. And what you might see is this in their mind's eye, or you might sense it or feel it around you. And there's clairaudience, and there's clairsentience, and there's clairvoyance, and there's other clairs. I'm not going to go into all of them today, but we feel and sense it around us, and we get that in the psychic, but we get that more in the mediumship. And it would be that the information you get is about a person and what they look like, and it would be so specific and so true that you can describe someone and how they passed, and everything will be absolutely correct. You may get names, you may get circumstances of how they passed as well, and that would be somebody who has mediumistic ability. So those are the kind of things, I guess, that you would experience if you were psychic or mediumistic. Now obviously I've really just covered the very basis there. So what I would say to you is, if you are experiencing something and you want to have a communication and you want to understand what that's about, just send me a message and I will do my best to answer those experiences. But like I said to you, it's very individual. And so what I would say to you is, go by the basics of what I've said today and know it's individual for each person, and don't be afraid of it. Just use it. It's an amazing thing to have. I hope that's helped. Thank you.